Hello, Destroy with a new video. Today I'm going to talk about how to be successful just overall in the game. 5 easy steps to be able to do that. It's just from what I've learned in the game and how I got to be where I am today, because I didn't just mosey around and randomly travel and all of a sudden all this appeared. You had to work at it. So first, first step is goal setting. Now that might seem like, well, that's stupid, you know, goal setting. Well, it actually comes a long way. I figure out what I need to do. Most importantly, set a goal to do that and do it. So as an example, say you want to build a farm, big or small, we're not going to specify here. And obviously the first step to building a farm is finding a base. So within that goal of farming, wanting to farm, are lots of little teenier goals within that huge goal. So you need to find the most important goal and do it within that. So the first step obviously would be to find a place where you could actually put a base, a nice planet. The next goal would be obviously to find some thamium so that you can actually plant the plants, and then the plants that you want to plant, and etc. Stuff like that. So figuring out what you want to do and setting a goal to do it, what is most important, can really help you to focus on that you need to, rather than just traveling from planet to planet and just doing things here and there. That can help you to do really well and get not necessarily rich, but do well in the game quicker and feel better about it. Second, making sure to max out your exosuit, whether it's just general or cargo or both. So you see here, the more slots you have, the more ability you have to explore and collect more resources at any given time. And it also helps you to be able to store multiple things in there. So if you need to have stuff to charge a few things or have more tech in it, helps a bunch to have more exosuit slots. So pretty simple with that one. That one does take a while, but just that's really important, and it really does help you to be successful. Next, kind of along the same lines, is to find a ship that fits your playstyle and to make sure it has lots of slots. Now what I mean by that is, if you're someone that just likes to travel, then I would recommend something like a fighter, simply because you're going to get more pirate attacks. And so that's the reason why I use it. It's because I go to different systems pretty frequently. Because it allows you to shoot and to shield them a lot easier than the other ones. If you're someone that just likes to haul stuff and things, then the haul, sure, it has lots of slots, can really come in handy. So that you can carry, as you see here, multiple things, so that you never run out. And fourth, kind of goes along with step 1, the goal setting, is to find either a good planet to farm on so you can consistently make money, or if you're not someone that likes to farm, then to get all the analyzer upgrades for your multi-tool, like these, because when you scan new discoveries, that can give you money. So if you're someone that just prefers to run around, likes to explore, this is probably better for you to succeed rather than farming. It fits your playstyle more. So along those lines is making sure you have upgraded your gun, so that has lots of slots to be able to do that. 24 is the max for a gun, just so you know. And last but not least is collecting as much of resources as you can when you get there. So make use of these containers that the base gives you, if you have a base, if you like to do stuff like that, storing stuff in it. The more you have the same resources, the less likely you have to go to find it again and continuously. Especially, for instance, if you need to build a warp reactor, those require a lot of certain resources. For instance, this requires 1,000 gold and 1,000 selenium to build the Theta one. 1,000 frost crystal, and 1,000 fungal mold, 600 nickel. So keep that in mind. Before the update, that's what I did with all of these, because before you just needed solid raw materials to build them, and so I always just got a whole bunch so I wouldn't need to go find them again. So I could just build whatever I needed to right then and there. So same thing applies to the other stuff. Always have a buttload of resources with you once you get to that point, as it will come in really handy. So you don't have to keep exploring and using up thamium or carbon or something to charge your life support. So then store it somewhere so you know exactly where it is, whether it's on your freighter or here. I do both a little bit each place, so if I do travel, I can just summon my freighter and get the necessity things that I need immediately rather than having to warp back. So that's about it. Just as a review, make sure you goal set. Figure out what you need to do most, what is most important, set a goal to accomplish that. If it's a bigger goal, then figure out what is most important within the smaller goals contained within that goal and do it. Max your exosuit in all categories, max your ship, figure out which ship works best for you and max it. Also a good recommendation is don't buy a ship that requires you to be in debt. What I mean by that is don't buy a ship that's a crashed one, like a huge one, because then you're going to be spending most of your money on fixing the slots. So I wouldn't recommend that. It becomes a hassle. Now, if you're just beginning, that's okay because there's not as much, and you really got to take anything you can get. So, last is collect everything as much as you can and store it somewhere until you need it eventually. So that's about it, guys. If you have any questions, feel free to message me or comment. Thanks for watching, guys.